Hello, Santa Tom here. Welcome back to my channel. I had recently had a viewer of mine, Luis Rivera, ask me if I would mind how to do content on how to portray Santa Claus. Thank you very much, Luis, for that request, and absolutely 100% I will do it. If that's some content that you think you might be interested in, go ahead and jump in the sleigh and buckle up and stand by for this brief introduction. Welcome back. I want to, before I get started, I want to say that I go to the Worldwide Santa Claus Network. Founder Ed Taylor, Santa Ed Taylor, who's our head professor, right? But not only that, there are many Santas that belong to the Worldwide Santa Claus Network that have decades of experience that I have leaned on and gleaned from. They may not know it, but I have. So I want to give a shout out first of all because everything I talk about today I have learned from attending the Worldwide Santa Claus Network. Now by no means sponsored or paid or doing advertisement for the Worldwide Santa Claus Network. It's just what I take away and I glean from the Santa Claus Network. I don't speak for anybody from the Santa Claus Network. With that out the way, and I will talk about that more in just a minute, because one of the most important things on learning how to portray Santa Claus is find a good Santa school. All right. If you're lucky enough to have one near you, fantastic. If not, like me, because I have searched whenever I got that inkling, that passion to become a professional Santa Claus, I started looking. All right. And I live near a pretty major city here in the North Pole, Texas. So, but that's where I came across the Worldwide Santa Claus Network. They also have a Facebook page, and everything I talk about, as always, I will put a link in the description below so that you can get on it and it'll make it easier for you to find out all this information. With all that said, let's get started. What is it like for me portraying Santa Claus, and what do I think are the most important things? Okay, here we go. What's the first thing everybody thinks of when they think of Santa Claus? The suit, right? I just did a whole series, a 5-part series on the Santa suit, starting, going over things like just broke it down to belts, boots, the Santa suits, hats, vest and shirt combos. All right, please check those videos out. All right. Now, the suits that I show in the very last episode are the very last video, are tailor-made. Now, you don't have to start out getting tailor-made suits, but I would encourage you to invest, if you want to be a professional Santa Claus, into something that looks good, that doesn't look like you just went down to the local party store and bought for $29.95. Okay. By all means, start where you're at. However, get something that looks professional and that is going to leave a lasting memory for your customers, especially for the children, because everything that we do is to make a lasting memory for those children, right? If that's not your number one goal, it's probably not something you want to be doing, because you probably won't last in it. It can be very taxing. I will say that, because come around the holiday seasons and when people start requesting Santa Clauses, it gets very taxing. That's why when people ask, why do you do content on beards and why do you do content on mental health? Well, the same as your suit and investing in your suit, taking care of your beard and keeping it healthy, and maintaining a good looking beard is just as important to me as your suit. Uh, your mental health. You got to have strong mental health in order to, when you get to that peak season, to maintain your sanity during that time, because it is very taxing, especially if you're like me. I am retired, however, I still do have another full-time job, and So it gets very busy. All right. But to me, it's worth it. All right. So the Santa suit, mine I've had tailor made, but I worked up to that point. Right. I understand not everybody can afford that. So start where you can, but remember, always invest in yourself and look to upgrade when you can, if this is something you want to do. Color, does it matter? It depends on your clientele, right? I'm going to tell you right now, children, more than likely, they don't care. All right. They're going to see Santa Claus, whether it be a green suit or green robe with dark brown fur, or your traditional red. You got your Coca-Cola suits with the buttons down the front, or you got your like your Tim Allen suit, you know, and you, just different things. You do what you like, and I promise you, the children will, as long as you've got that Santa spirit, you will, and portray Santa Claus to the best of your ability. I promise you, the children will love you. We're going to talk about that more in just a second. So, a good Santa suit. Color to me, now you're going to have your traditional Santas that just they're just going to say that that you got to have the red, and that's fine. And I'm not arguing with that. However, I have seen some guys pull off some wonderful suits in greens and eggshell whites and just different colors that look absolutely wonderful. I've seen steampunk Santas, I've seen pirate Santas, Scottish Santas, and kilts that look great. All right, and there's a place for that. But the more tools that you have in your toolbox, to me, the greater your clientele, you can offer to your clientele. Okay. Uh, don't forget about your belts and your boots and your accessories, right? Maybe a brooch for your hat. Okay, holly and berries, right? Just the holly leaves and berries is one. I have a reindeer that you can see in some other videos, brooch, right? A pocket watch for your vest, right? That goes in your little pocket, right? Just those little added details. Your glasses, your Santa glasses, right? In fact, I have a pair here that I will. This is just a costume. They don't even have lenses in them, right? But when you have them on and you're taking pictures, it's just a little added touch. So those little things like that can just add those little details that make those lasting memories, right? So just remember the details. Your beard. I just said a minute ago, why do I spend time making content on beard? Because investing in your beard and taking care of maintaining a clean, healthy, good smelling beard, nobody wants to jump up into Santa's lap and have a matted, not so good smelling beard, right? So take care of your beard. All right. Now I don't whiten. It's getting pretty white at my age, but you can tell that I still do have some dark areas. I don't bleach my beard anymore. But it's not the healthiest. A lot of guys have to bleach it before the season, throughout the year and before the Christmas season, and then wind up having to shave it off because their hair is just so damaged. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, that is some passion right there to do and go through what they have to through because it's not fun, right? The other option, Santa Tom, what if I can't grow a beard? Well, there's plenty of uh, beards, wig and beard companies out there that can help you out in that. All right. I did wear a fake beard before, and it to me it wasn't a pleasant experience. But now I didn't do it for very long, and it was just down here. It was so hot and so itchy. Now I'm not saying that I went out and got the most quality. There are some quality beards out there. And I will put a link. One of the Santas that go to our Santa school, Thomas, it has a video. I don't want to say his last name, but it has a video that I will link down below. Guys, if that's something you're looking into, I mean, I started learning about the different hairs. Okay, yak hair, just and they can be pretty pricey. But I also talked to a Hollywood movie. I emailed the guy, and the guy called me. He was a Hollywood movie makeup artist, right? And hair design artist. All right. He called me, this gentleman called me and was very nice and told me he loved working with professional Santa Clauses. And he told me, he said, Tom, he said, look, I've done hair for many, many events. And he said, I'm here to tell you right now, I've also helped a lot of Santas out. He said, you can get a beard and wig set on Amazon and take it to a barber or beauty schools, you know what I'm talking about? Beauty salon schools, and let them, and they'll do it as a project and shape that for your hair. He said the most important part is the sideburn area to get that right, and it will work, right? Uh, so there's that option, but there's options out there, guys. And look, and I'll put a link in the description below. Your voice. All right. It's just like you ever had a job where somebody tells you, hey, people can tell on the phone what your mood is. That's why a lot of these customer service places tell you smile when you're on the phone because it makes you sound different. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I always try to smile for the most part. So there's that. All right, but your laugh. Now, I don't use the traditional ho 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 type laugh, but it's great. I love the movie where Kurt Russell says, "I don't ho ho ho," right? But mine tends to be more of a laugh. All right. Hey, you find what works for you, but those kids, if it's genuine, it will mean a lot to them. All right. So again, put your heart into that. Practice. Right. Get in front of a mirror. Get on a Zoom meeting and practice. So there again, the portraying Santa Claus is not about your look uh, as much or your voice. It's about the spirit of Santa Claus, right? And in saying that, something that Santa Ed Taylor always said or says, and I always just enjoy this so much. Portray Santa Claus year round. Right? That doesn't mean you dress up like Santa Claus year round. That's not what that's saying, but portray. You don't ever know one of those children that you just had sitting in your lap for a photo session and their parents gathered all around you and you made a memory to last a lifetime and you're out there, you know, as we say around here, acting a fool, right? Right. So keep that Christmas spirit in your heart year round. I say that at the end of every one of my videos. But that's exactly what I mean. What I mean by that is you don't ever know who's watching. So Santa is jolly. He's full of joy. He's patient and loves to ask children what they want for Christmas. Remember to get down on their level. All right. If you're ever out in public and a child looks and I've seen many examples of this. Hey, look, there's Santa Claus. you know, Go ahead and take a knee if you can, or get down to their level and look at them. You don't ever want to be standing over them and be a menacing figure. You want to get down on their level and ask how they're doing and ask how they've been, if they've been a good boy or girl this year, right? You want to just always portray that persona of Santa Claus. All right. Remember always to listen. All right, you're going to have different types of children. You have special needs children. You're going to have children that are going to be very nervous. You're going to have children that are going to be very excited. You're going to have babies tugging at your beard, right? You're going to have all kinds of situations, but you've always got to maintain that spirit of Santa Claus, that never break character. Which leads me to my next topic, staying in character. If a child asks a tough question, how are you going to answer? All right. Kids are smart these days. Now, it hasn't happened to me yet, but I have heard Santas talk about uh, kids pull up their iPhones and start asking questions to Santa and quizzing Santa. Yeah. So you need to know things like the names of all the reindeer, right? You need to know some songs. You need to know some things, know your history, know your background, come up with a history for yourself, you know. There's movies out today that have kind of uh, cemented, how old Santa Claus is, right? Uh, what about the reindeer? Movies have kind of given reindeer personalities, right? So just you might want to get up to speed on some things like that. All right. So, but always stay in character, always have an answer. Don't lie to the children, because they're going to be able to tell if you're lying. Well, Santa Tom, if you say you're Santa Claus, isn't that lying to Santa? No, because in my heart, I'm just as much Santa Claus as you are you, right? Nobody can argue with that. If a child asks you, are you the real Santa Claus? And you can look in their eyes and say, are you the real you? Well, of course they're going to answer yes, right? Uh, that's just my advice on there. But again, there's if you and through all of this, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below, ask questions. Let's talk about it. If you have some opinions or some advice, leave a comment below. By all means, I hope this video lasts for here on, and people may get something out of it. You might want to say things like, how do you do so many things in one night? And of course, you've got help of the elves, right? And you have a magical sleigh that's pulled by magical reindeer that you're able to do all that. Spreading Christmas cheer. Uh, Guys, there again, I've talked about this. It's our responsibility as portraying professional Santa Claus to spread Christmas cheer. Uh, as a kid, I couldn't wait to go to the store and remember the Salvation Army Santas out there ringing the bells, and that was just so fascinating to me. I absolutely loved it. And now I get to put on that Santa suit, and I haven't stood out in front of a store for the Salvation Army. However, when you put on that suit, it's almost like it makes you feel like a superhero. I've mentioned this before in my videos. Uh, you're a different person, right? But one of the last things I want to talk about is, making a magical experience, whether you're doing a photo session or doing a home visit or a parade or a corporate event or a Zoom call, all right, for children. Make it a magical experience for that child or the children. All right. Give them an experience like you are putting on a stage performance for thousands of people, right? Because that one child, making a lasting memory for that one child, could make all the difference in the world, right? All right. Because as they grow up and they grow older, we talk about keeping that the Christmas magic alive, right? Well, that's how you keep it alive. You make a magical experience for a child. So when they grow older, they won't forget it. All right. They'll carry it on, that tradition, with their children and their children's children. All right. We are not going to be around forever, but Santa Claus will be around forever. There's my take, portraying Santa Claus. Do you have any more questions? Please leave comments below. Louise, I want to thank you for asking me this question. I hope I, in some way, answered. I would encourage you and others out there to check out the Worldwide Santa Claus Network and Santa Ed Taylor. Like I said, if I can't answer questions, I usually get on and ask questions on the Facebook page, and I can get an answer from these wonderful Santas that have been doing this many, many years. All right. If you've liked this content, I hope you would leave a like, and if you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate you subscribing to this channel to see more content like this. Until next time, remember, this world could use a little kindness, so be kind to one another. And always keep Christmas in your heart year-round.